Hi students, welcome back to our biology classes. Yes, this is Divya Kanimilli and I'm going to teach you biology classes. Yes, don't get scared that there is no madam. Yes, I am back of the camera. Okay, so today we are going to learn some more interesting topics under the chapter Getting to Know Plants. So students, in the previous class we have learned about the roots, right? So now let us learn one more important and interesting part of a plant, that is a flower. Okay, we know that a flower plays a very important role. Okay, so when you have, so this is a twig of a rose plant. So can you able to identify whether it is a plant or not? No, right? It is very difficult whether it is a rose plant or not, whether it is a plant or not, right? It might be a twig, right? So, but when you see a flower, so when you see a flower with the twig, we are able to clearly understand that this is a plant, right? So the presence of flower will make us easy to identify the flowers. Okay, that there is no rule that all the plants will have a flower. Okay, and not all the plant flowers will be of the same color. That means different types of plants will have different types of colors. This is a chrysanthemum which is present in my garden, which is of reddish maroon color. So beautiful, right? So at the same time I have one more chrysanthemum where they are white in color. Okay, so by this you are clear, right? So even you can see a rose which is orange in color and one more rose which is a pink in color. Okay, so by this it is clear that not all the types of flowers are having a same color, right? So different types of flowers will have different color. Okay, so from where do we find this color actually? Let us clearly understand about the different parts of the flower, and at the same time we will be understanding that some more interesting things under this chapter in today's class. Okay, so to study the flower, most importantly, the choosing the flower will be a important thing. So which type of flower we need to choose when we wanted to study the parts of a flower? So always students, we need to take a plant like hibiscus. So this is called as hibiscus, or even it is commonly known as China rose. So it is also called as China rose, or we can even take datura. Okay, so studying with hibiscus makes us more easy to learn about the different parts of the flower. Let's get into the topic now. So students, as we know that a plant will have leaves, stem, okay, and this is what bud and flower, right? So now it's time to learn about a flower, right? So I will be exercising this part. So when we take hibiscus, it is having different types of parts here. So see here, can you see this part? So we have seen that this part is attached to the twig. So where I have been removed, right? So part of the plant which is been connected to the stem of a plant we call as petiole. So this is what? So from here to here, this is called as petiole. And so next you can see that there is one more part which we will be discussing later, and the part of a plant which is been opened. Okay, when so always a open flower will be like this, and a closed flower is nothing but this. So this is called as what? Bud. And younger to this bud is this one, which is completely a closed one, not yet opened, right? So when it will be developed and matured, it will be converted into this, and this bud will be blossoming by tomorrow. Okay, so the part of a plant which will be open, no, so this part of the plant we call as a petal. So when you see these petals are having brilliant colors. So you can see a pretty colors. So you have seen already, this is having a pink color petals, and so this rose is having orange color petals, and this chrysanthemum, if you see, it is having red colored, that is maroon colored petals. And again here one more flower which is having a different shades of petals, right? So even one more chrysanthemum which is having white colored petals, right? So by this we clearly understood that yes, different types of plants will have different types of colored petals. So the brilliantly colored part of a plant we call as a petal. So this is now known as what? This is known as a petal. So these petals are being protected inside a bud before it is been blossoming. So you can see that. So here we cannot see any red color, right? So that means the petals are been hidden inside the inside what? Inside a green colored part of a plant. So this green colored part, if you see, so later that green colored part become like this, right? So this green colored part of a plant which is protecting the petals we call as sepal. So this green colored part, whatever is there, no, which is being protecting the petals, so it is called as what? It is called as a sepal. Students, see, when you see these sepals are jointed. So if you see here, the sepals are jointed, whereas if you see, so I'm just removing the petals of a rose flower here. So see here, this is a sepals of a rose flower. So where you see, so the sepals are just like a small leaves. Why? Because they are also in green color. So these are not leaves, so students, these are called sepals. So these sepals, if you see, these are not jointed, right? So these are not jointed, they are freely present, and these are having a jointed. Okay, so a sepal which is having a jointed sepal, okay, a jointed sepal will always have a flower which will be having a separated petals. And when you see a sepals which are not having connected with each other, that means they are separate, so then you can see that these petals are being connected with each other. So you can see, so they are connected with each other, they are not completely separate. Okay, you can take even the example of datura also. So datura, it is also having a jointed petals. Okay, so you understood, right, students? So this green colored part of a plant we call as what? This is called as sepals. And coming to the next part of a plant, so this is one of the important part of a flower. So one more important thing, students, a flower is called as reproductive part of a plant. So why it is called reproductive part of a plant? Because the reproduction is being happening inside the flower. So inside a flower, especially when we take this hibiscus, so this hibiscus, so especially when we take hibiscus, hibiscus will have both male and female parts. Okay, so if you see here clearly, you can find a small head and tail like structures here. Okay, students, if you see here clearly, okay, so this is the head, a ball like structure which you can see, right? So this part, this ball like head like structure is there, no? And the tail, the filament which we can see. So these are called, so whatever I have plucked out, so you can see clearly. So this head part, whatever is there, no, so this is called as anther, and the tail part, whatever is there, no, so this is called as filament. So this is filament. Anther and filament together forms the male reproductive part of a plant. Okay, so anther and filament together are known as the stamen. Okay, anther and filament together are known as what? They are known as stamen. And there are many stamens. So you can see, so this is one stamen. This here again two we have. Like that we can find a number of stamens that are present here. So we can find a number of stamens here. Okay, this stamen is different from here. To understand the female reproductive parts of a plant, we need to cut open the plant. So to cut open the plant, what we need to do? So first we need to remove the sepals neatly. So like that, like this, we need to remove the sepals. So once we remove the sepals, one by one, remove the petals. So students, why do we need this brilliantly colored petals? So we can have a colorless flowers also, right? So when you take the flowers like jowar, wheat, okay, and even guava, all these plants will have a colorless petals, right? So what is the role of these colored petals actually? So students, this brilliantly colored petals will help in the pollination. So what do you mean by pollination? You will be learning this in the next class, that is in your 7th standard. You will be understanding what do you mean by pollination. That means it is a process of reproduction in plants. Okay, so for that pollination, this brilliant colored petals are required. This brilliant colored petals will help in attracting the insects and birds which will help in pollination. So for that sake only we require this brilliant colored petals. Okay, so now you can see this part, right? Okay, we need to even remove this. Okay, so now you can see, right, part of a flower in a hibiscus we call as a female reproductive part. So in this female reproductive part, it includes 3 parts. How many? 3. So what are those 3 parts here? So here at the base, if you see, we need to take carefully, we need to use a razor blade. Okay, so we are able to cut open this. Yes. Okay, and we can find this part. So this is known as, this one is known as, what you know students, it is called ovary. So ovary, it is connected to this white colored, no? So this white colored thing will be connected till here. You can find here the head and tail like structures, right? So this head and tail like structures, you can find 5 head and tail like structures at the tip of the flower. So this part, whatever we can see, no, so this is called as stigma. So this is what? Stigma. And you can find a white colored one which is connected to ovary, no? So this is called style. So style is connected to stigma. So here this is stigma, right? This head, black colored thick head is there, no? So this is called stigma, and inside this red colored portion there will be this style which is connected to the ovary. So these 3 parts, okay, so these 3 parts, stigma, style and ovary, forms the female reproductive system here. Okay, so when you cut open this ovary, so actually we need to take a razor blade, okay, to see what actually present inside. Okay, so when we cut open, so you can see this, so you can clearly see when you do manually by yourself. Okay, so when we see here, you can find a ball like structures, right? So these structures, whatever we can see here, so these are called as ovules. So ovules, these are the gametes which are present in the hibiscus. And when we have so see here, I'm just tapping this flower here. So see here, you can see some So students, if you see here, you can see this, right? So there will be a yellow colored powder dust which is present on the flowers. Okay, so this yellow colored powder dust, whatever present, so if I do this like this, so you can see here. So see here, so this whatever you are seeing, no, so here you are able to see like black, actually this is yellow color. So because of light effect it looks like that, but you can see, so when you touch the flowers, so a yellow colored powder like substance which will be touching to your fingers, no, so that is called as pollens. So these pollens are called as the male gametes. So pollens are called male gametes, and we have seen the ovules, right? So we have seen the ovules. So these ovules are the female gametes. So these are female gametes. I've seen the pollen grains which are present in the anthers, right? So these pollen grains or pollens are one and the same. So pollen grains are the male gametes, and the ovules are the female gametes. So the male gametes are produced by the stamens and the female gametes are produced by the pistil. So stigma, style and ovary forms a pistil. So pistil, it is a female reproductive part of a plant, and stamen, it is a male reproductive part of a plant. From a stamen, the flower will be producing the male gametes, and from the pistil, the flower will be producing the female gametes. Okay students, by this class we are clearly understood that what are the different parts of a plants that are present, and we clearly understood that a flower is a reproductive part of a plant.